Hello everyone, anyone, and welcome back to RimWorld Alpha 15C, or I should say welcome to, because this is going to be the start of a new series. The last one, we definitely died magnificently. It was a pretty glorious death in battle, I should say. But this time, changing some things around, because we're going to play modded RimWorld. Slightly modded, not overly modded, because some of the stuff you'll see is some kind of classics. Prepare Carefully is classic. The prosthetic organ engineering is interesting. Hair. Who doesn't want more hair? More floors. Sounds good. Wandering Caravan sounds interesting. More trade ships. Remember how I was complaining last time for those who saw the series? Like, hey, what? Come on, trade ship. Help me out here. Sometimes it's just so random when they show up. Animals tab, which is something by Fluffy here. And Fluffy's got a lot of good ones. In fact, Fluffy's got a really great one that I encourage people to check out called Colony Manager. The thing about Colony Manager, though, is that it's a lot. It's basically you have to have somebody who's your manager, has a manager skill, or their social helps their manager skill and makes other people do jobs. It's very good. It's just very much not working. And a lot of these other things just weren't compatible, and I didn't want to deal with this. I wanted to get hospitality, not his hostility. Oh, that's a Freudian slip. And some little things, probably closest thing to cheating right now is vets. I get so tired of not having light bulbs around, so the power consumption from lights going down a little bit. Hey, call it a little cheating, call what you want, but it is what it is. And so anyway, so trying out some stuff. I didn't want to go complete rebuild and do or complete expansion the way that they did it with medieval whatever. Hippie commune. 3 hippies try to set off to do a pot colony. Because I wanted to do this. Because if you look at it, this is very similar right here to everything else. The only difference is that we're going back to my college days, and we're basically having people start off with some more stuff. You get start off with a survival rifle. You don't start with a survival rifle. It makes things a little tougher, but hey, it seems fine because I think you might start with more steel. Anyway, the idea is that this was set up by I thought their name would be here. Let me see if I open Steam Workshop on it. It'll tell me the name, that way I can get proper credit. No! I'll have to search for it. Hippie. Yep, okay, by Lupus Lazarus. Anyway, this one came near and dear to my heart. We'll just call it my college days, because I wanted to explore the joys that is the chemical sort of thing going on. So you can unsubscribe. There's my custom one that I'm never doing again. I just deleted. But okay, so hippie commune is what we're doing. Because you start out with 3 people, it's very much the same. The thing about it is that there's a 76% chance they start with chemical fascination, 100% is this. But you start with the research of hydroponics. So there you go. It's kind of just silly in that way, but I'll take it. Okay, we're going to make sure that we... That's funny. Have these actually changed? Oh, it's interesting because it's like before when they said the difficulties or whatever, it was like this is the way RimWorld was meant to be played. I guess they decided to change that. I didn't notice that until now. Yeah, well, intense. A level of solid and well-rounded understanding of survival strategies and some luck. Well, that's just great, but it's the same level that difficulty we were at before, but it sounds a heck of a lot worse than last time, I'll tell you what. Alright, anyway, so we're going to go with intense. Permadeath is something that we just don't roll with. We don't roll with. Let's do Ziyal Gaming as a planet, and we'll make it huge. Because if I have any problems with this, with recording, it's just going to give us a little bit of trouble. Or give me trouble, and I hate to be like, hey, last time stuff happened, but you don't know about it. Oh yeah, everyone's dead now. Because we're going for a little hippie commune sort of thing, I want to make sure I have a place where I can grow 24/7. So we're just gonna kind of I mean, temperate forest versus we did tropical rainforest was one of the more successful LPs. Let's just put it that way. For those who haven't seen some of the other ones, but it kind of gives you a chance to look around here. I think we're gonna go with temperate forests and just kind of see if we can find one that's got the right amount. I mean, because I just want to make sure we can. There we go. This one's flat. It's got granite. It's a mountainous. There we go. Advanced. We're gonna make it large. Yeah, that should be fine. Make it a little bit of a bigger map size. I think this is just it makes it nice and even in that way. All right. Starting season, we're gonna make that whatever the heck it decides it wants to be. Just because if we're going year round, we'll have the joys of this and that. All right, so we'll select this site. It is located right here. For those who need to know, I go in Fahrenheit because I have a lot of American people watching. So moving forward, okay. Now here's where prepare carefully comes in. Funny enough, this person doesn't seem too terrible. Although it's really funny to see how they all like got chemical fascination rocking right now. But we hit prepare carefully, and this is where you definitely get to mess with the mod a bit. It's a matter of like you can re-roll somebody right here. Boom. See their stats move around. The one thing about this is that you could basically using point limits to limit how many points you get. Like, see, that's showing how many points I'm off from the total, if you will. So if you don't use point limits, and there you go. Points spent. I have no idea how the points are spent. Like here, the colonists randomly generated scenario were worth this many points. Oh, okay. So I guess the idea is just kind of keep things going that way. Okay, but let's see. We got ourselves a cook, we got ourselves a researcher and a talker, and he knows some medicine. Congratulations, you're in. Psychically dull, careful shooter. Not the worst. Hey. Alright, now, this is the fun thing. Now that we have all these basically the rim hair one, is you get to kind of decide which way you want things to go. So I think I'm gonna go. Let's see, backing up a little bit. Let's see. There we go. That's good. York. Well, this is in honor of my wonderful pasta baking roommate back in the day. That is. There we go. There goes. Nolan is his name. Probably should give him some. I got a relationship, but that's kind of fun. And whole body smoke leaf dependence. Well, that's the way it goes. That was college for you guys. Okay, so the idea is, and you can even do stuff like this where you can save the colonists as, Nolan. There you go. Saved as Nolan. Alright, so then I'll keep rolling these around, and, it's one of those sort of things where you're still going to spend your time clicking things over and over and over and over until you get something that you actually enjoy. This person could grow. Mining so far is what we're really kind of lacking on. We do have a grower. We don't really need another social. So that's where we kind of click through. A lot of times it's the sort of stuff that gets skipped. Social animals, blah, blah, blah. What we're looking for is construction not being terrible, if you will. Ba 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 ba. Construction, growing. Somebody can also research, and they're a melee person. Greedy and fast walker. See, this is where you can actually change their traits around a little bit. Fast walker is actually a really good thing, but the idea is like this is where you can definitely get yourself into like good old cheating territory. Like you can make your stats. Like Green Thumb instantly gives them +2 to growing and things like that, which is a little bit of a it's a little bit of a cheat in that regard. But why not? Screw it. I need somebody who can grow, make sure they're not terrible at this. And this one is going to go out to another buddy of mine. And it's funny because they're a recruiter, this is the thing too. You can also switch around this and change what their past was. And then you see how it changes the rest of everything else that they have going on. Like, oh, they're a veterinarian in their past life. It's funny, can you just click these on to them if they have a passion? Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, so you could definitely mess with this quite a bit. See, I'm trying to think about, you know, my friends and their traits and everything. And one of the things that I definitely think is I'm curious if I can get somebody who's actually decent at crafting. It's decent crafter. And also, you know, their childhood matters to what the rest of their sort of thing would be. This is going to be a melee person. You see how this also gets rid of their ability to do other sort of things. Medieval lordling. Capable of dumb labor. Seek Glitter World Officer, is that why? Is that what's also making this go? Look at all this fun stuff you can do. Alright, we're just going to re-roll this whole thing. Sorry to kind of do this. We have a wonderful she here. Research, growing, all sort of stuff. She's actually pretty well balanced in that regard. Annoying voice! How's it going, guys? Artistic. Whoa. Alright, so this is one of those sort of things where I think we'll screw around with this. Creepy breathing, pyromaniac, slowpoke. You know, you can mess around with these sort of things. So anyway, I've shown the basic gist of how it is when it comes to this mod. I'm going to put some people together, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And, ooh, that's funny. Messed up the name. Basically, because it's my... Oh, did it override one of the other person? I might have, actually. Anyway, let's see. Okay, cool. So the idea is you can overwrite like that, blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, this is what basically I'm kind of going with, because I don't want things to be too easy, but the thing we have to remember is we need a little bit of, you know, kind of some ups. So we don't want people to be terrible at everything. Chemical interests, that's basically the name of the game. Taylor's a bit of a masochist, but we have, and it's funny because they're an inventor who doesn't have anything in research, but it gave him some more crafting. Because we want to make sure we have a crafter for reasons that we will find out very soon. So anyway, let's start off. And, oh, snap. Okay, this is really funny because I've done this before and I kind of forgot about it. Oh, I see. So basically this is also one of those points, like if you really wanted, you can add things up to advanced components. I don't remember advanced components. Maybe one of the mods adding that in. But you can add some of that sort of stuff down into the map as well, I suppose. So you can pick it up. So let's just say, for the sake of being silly and trying out some fun stuff, let's throw down some of this stuff. Let's add... There you go. And I guess you can add... I'll add 10 of these. Because I did want to try that out, and we don't have a extra rifle, so, you know, give ourselves whatever thing that we can. Alright, so there we go. And see, because you can look through all of this, here's medical, here's apparel. See, there's points spent, and we were given, so basically, the thing about it is I'm a little bit over the points spent, etc. But, like, right now, if you want to be like, yeah, I really want a machine pistol, or, you know, minigun, or something like that, you could prepare yourself carefully. The idea is that it gives you the option to do that sort of stuff. Now, for me, I think that we're just going to kind of go with what we have here, and the whole idea is for it to be a difficult pain in the butt. Funny, you can start with theirs. I do have to admit there is a certain part of me that's kind of like, oh yeah, why not? This should totally be a freaking... I mean, this is that's the name of the game, right? So there's gonna be a wonderful golden chess table. That's great. Anyway, golden improvised turrets. Like, I just love some of this stuff. It just makes me laugh. Anyway, but the idea is like, yeah, why not? They landed with an armchair too. Somebody was just sitting in it. All right, so there we go. So start up the game finally. Okay, here we go. The three of you wake in your cryosleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get escape out of your ship's storm tower. Sometime later, you land in this unknown RimWorld. I guess it's the same as before. Never mind. Yes. And so it begins. Spacebar to pause. And check out. We got no time to waste with our male warg. Heck yeah. Alright, so now it's time to explore this grave new world that we have discovered. And this is where you kind of decide where you want to do your base camp and figure out that, like, the thing about it is that, like, I usually get to be pretty stuck in the rut of once I've started a place and I hold on to that area, when you can really just, if you want, you could start something now and then have it expand out later, etc. I mean, there's lots of ways that you can do things. There's a lot of resources here. One of the cool things you kind of want to do is, like, see, we already have kind of the start of something here, which is kind of nice, but then you have to look around and see, okay, how far away are our metals? How far away is our, geysers? I have to admit, if you want to talk about a defensible position, this one's pretty easy to start up, but you're going to run into, I have to actually look at this and see, like, the soil. Like, this is rich soil right here. Yeah, that's not too bad. You got yourself this going on. You got yourself that. And you can actually got yourself an easier ways to block out areas to prevent raiding. You're sort of near the entrance here where bad guys can come, but you can block that off and make your defenses here. You know, so really, if you kind of look at it, there's some interest, there's some points for starting there. This is a bit of that's kind of a bit of a trap, in my opinion. Going anywhere near the close edge of the map, always a trap, because you can't build on the very edges. And I found that out the hard way when the LPs. So, I think, that's a lot of rich soil, you know? It's rich soil. There's potential for upgrading when it comes to this good stuff. We can still mine out the whole area, but we can easily put up some preliminary defenses around here. So I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to set up this. So let's just go through our people. Character. Okay. You're our shooter. So you're going to get the pistol as soon as I find it. Boop, boop. Quick pistol. I think I did it. Somebody's got to, like, double check. Alright, you are going to, I know you're wandering around, but where you are male, yeah, well, I guess you're passionate about it, so you're going to pick up the knife. Okay. And, alright. Look at all those. I bet you they're going to go for those things, like, immediately. This is where you basically go around here, zoom out, unlimit everything that you, or make it unforbidden. Unforbidden? That is not a word. To allow it, basically. Make sure there's not X's on your stuff. Some of the stuff I'm repeating myself for people, but I want to make sure that folks who haven't had a chance to see the game yet and just said, oh, I'm going to try it out this time, have a chance to figure out what's going on. So, what's interesting about this too, I feel, is that if we kind of, since I like the idea of the rich soil here, but, you know, there's still the opportunity to expand if we build walls around here. The only thing that this area is kind of missing is easy access to more steel down there, but I think that it more than makes up for it in its ability to be defended. And although I think this sort of this rough slate is going to be tough to walk on, so this is some things to consider. But I like the idea of the rich soil. That'll make my life interesting. So let's just start it out. Oh yeah, more floors. See, look, I picked up straw floor. You get some hay, you can make this. That was one of the mods I picked up. Sometimes it's gonna be, you know, have to remember. Hey, look at all this. Get different sort of wood tiles. Isn't that lovely? Guest bed. Ooh, I gotta remember that. All right, but it doesn't matter. This is all about day one. Day one is always about just build the most basic of basic requirements. To make sure things are here. You can take advantage of things being attached to mountains to provide off a wall, if you will. If you look at that, we have this going on here. What I'm thinking is, now can I build on these? Yeah, it does. Looks like this is not giving me any sort of crap. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go something like this. And like that. We'll put a door right in here, and then that gives us a chance to what do you call it, before it gets to be too tough, is make sure you get yourself your furniture. And we got ourselves beds. Alright. And the idea is that we started off nice and simple like that. You can just do sleeping spots, which is just fine. But when you first start off, you really just want to make sure that you got your basic just here things that you need. And this first storage area is all about pretty much everything, except for we're not going to do like raw anything, something like that. But you just want to have a storage area. Beyond that, we want to make sure that we take care of business when it comes to... I mean, it's funny. You do a lot of stuff before you even start anything. I'll have to make a dumping zone too. But look at all this rich soil. Isn't that nice? So we're going to go with something along the lines of knowing that my characters have got smoke leaf dependence. That would be smoke leaf. I want to make sure they don't die. So that would be like potatoes. I think something along the lines of we'll just do this like that. Oh, that's funny. Well, whatever. It's like you can kind of connect it all, like inside of here and such. But it's kind of like I don't know if I want the whole area to be that. So it's almost like, can I delete this out? Can I go like this and delete this? No. Okay. So deleted that. Well, that's all right. We'll go for something like this and just make sure that the growing zone we have. I want it to be like so, because things that you're going to forget about is like this. So for one, we wanted this to be potato plants. That's fine. Good old smoke leaf. Where is it at? There you go. This is going to be, since this is part of a lot of rich soil, this is going to be our heel root, because that's going to become, yeah. Oh yeah, I have to make sure I also sign the potential stuff. And the idea is that, so then I have this heel root, which apparently I don't have the skill for yet. This is also the fun part here. I will be right back as I set all these things. Okay, so basically looking at what we got here, some of this stuff I'm not entirely sure if this has changed, like just in the alpha, something I didn't mess with, or when the mod's doing it. Changed it to negotiating. It used to be social. That might be the mod. Probably is the mod. But the way I kind of put it out here, just for people who don't know, you just want to make sure you have people able to do all this sort of good stuff. And I kind of arranged everyone else. What's really funny is I talked about making sure I have a good grower in this whole thing. No, I don't have a good grower. So that heel root thing is a pipe dream for a little while. But they will learn, and they will get better. So until that point comes, we're going to make sure that we get good old stuff like, say, I mean, cotton to make clothes, which is kind of nice. It is spring, but that's fine here. Rice is also an easy one to make. So the idea is like, there we go. So we got that set up. So they're going to start building up their things, and let's start seeing what they decide they're going to do. Need colonist beds. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yeah, they're hauling wood. He's cutting some trees. He just decided, oh, so he can start planting. All right, because I made sure his priority on there was pretty big. Also, for animal obedience and training, they can do everything. Set them up to do that. That's good to go. It's going to take some of your resources to get that started. The other thing I kind of forgot about is I want to make sure that there is a dumping area. Since we have a lot of stuff nearby here, let's just call it inside of this will just be dumping. And the one thing you just don't want to have in there is corpses for animals, because you're going to want that to be in your fridge eventually. Okay, so see, they're going to start building up this area here. Bim, bam, boom. Build that bed. Make it go. We got our animals here. What is this? Oh, is this that weird crap? Yeah. This is basically the stuff that dropped here. Synthetic precursor chemical uses some requires nurture-minus ingredient. Oh yeah! Also very important to our fledgling colony is to make sure that it's under miscellaneous. Well, just in case. This is one of those silly things. This is the party spot. No one's going to get married immediately. They can work slowly while I do this. Production. Crafting spots. Ah, yes. Crafting spots. The idea behind this here is that the crafting spots, we'll probably end up suspending it. But we're always going to have to make sure that we have, do until you have this, do until you have, you know, something like that. As far as I know, this is the only way to do it, is you pretty much just have to get somebody there and rolling up the stuff. Okay, but we're already making ourselves a nice little bed here. Other things I always forget about here is stuff along the lines of you just want to have an animal sleeping spot. Also, doesn't hurt to get another bed made, since we seem to be doing okay. And I know we're failing at some construction stuff here. And we got to figure out power as well. But where's the animal sleeping spot? Animal sleeping spot, there it is. Boom, there you go. There's your animal sleeping spot right there. Okay, so the idea is that we have this going on. They're going to be planting for a while as I plan out our next little area, which will be... The idea is that eventually I'll probably end up moving all this out from where it is, and then we'll have maybe this be more of the fridge, if you will, to give us some more space. But until then, we want to make sure we have other things along there. A simple research bench can happen pretty quickly. Electronic stove can happen pretty quickly. I love the basic prosthetics bench, just like the what now. But let's worry about power. We are dealing with a place that I think we should have decent solar power. Shouldn't be as much of a concern as it can be some other times. So I think we'll just kind of, if this may become the fridge. This may not be. You can always dismantle some things later. I think this will work. Something like that. The idea is putting this here. You can also do wind turbines for power. But the idea is that then you're going to have to make sure people are cutting lots and lots of stuff. So I think what we're going to do is we will try to get solar power up and running, at least one, to a battery that'll just be like here. You want to make sure it's underneath a roof. And the easiest way for me to take care of this here is to make sure that we mine out that, so that way I can get a little bit more space with the power conduits in. Okay, and this is where you kind of want to go around, and you see that we're planting very, very slowly. It's really a lot of moving around here, and construction is happening, moving our food in here. Another thing that I always forget about that I'm going to do right now while they're working. Oh yeah, setting up the restrictions. Last time I was pretty strict on everything that they had to do, from their sleeping regimen to their whatever. I feel like I'm going to still try to do something similar to that, but I'm going to give a little bit more leniency in the times they have to do things. Because sometimes, like, if you make it anything, they'll just decide whether or not they're sleeping in, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Give them an hour to do anything before requisite joy time is necessary. Alright, excuse me. Way to fix that easy. Copy. Pasta. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Make sure everything is working as intended. And I need to put chairs down. This is stuff that I always forget about. Orders. Furniture. Short table, even if it's getting in the way, whatever. And put a couple of these. I'm not too crazy about the placement of this one. But watch this. You can build a copy, go like that, put it over, say, here, and then you can just cancel that one. See? Nice and easy. Alright, cool. Alright, and power. Yeah, this will probably end up getting a wall eventually, so we'll go like this. Okay. And then inside there as well, since we're going to be getting a lot of negative debuffs for people sleeping in their own, in this one big giant room, we're going to make sure that we get one of these standing lamps built up pretty early. Dude, yeah. Wish you could put them on top of like the party spots or the whatever. I think that's gonna be connected. There we go. So we got some light going on here. We have the dumping zone. We got people picking food, making this kind of work. So the idea is that Hunter lacks ranged weapon. Let's just double check this. Yeah, character. Oh, sorry. Work. Yeah, you don't have a ranged weapon, so just take that off. I kind of forgot to do that. Choose our shooter. Yeah, relevant skill shooter. I mean, so I'll move it up higher on the chain. But there's other more important things to be doing. Like, who's picking up the J's, man? And LOL. See, this is how much power we have from the night, from the solar battery. Now that it is nighttime. Just kind of go like that. Put this in there. And there you go. We got ourselves our very first night, and everyone's sleeping in now. Alright, so everyone's got a chance to sleep in. This is the very most basic of starting stuff, and if you see, we've already got ourselves planting rice, and we got ourselves planting potatoes, and we have a supply of smoke leaf joints that I'm assuming that is going to be cool here. Like, it's one of those sort of times you want to just kind of like double check sometimes. Body parts, no, unfinished furniture, art. It's a raw resource manufactured, maybe. Drugs. Yeah, so that's cool. They'll bring those in. They'll bring those in at any time. See, everyone's got a chair to sit in. They sit in the. I didn't really know that they would sit in the nice big chairs for this. Yep, they grabbed the J's. Or they're going to, right? All right. Anyway, point is that work is still continuing, and we have the most basic of basic things set up. So, really, from this point on, that's awfully good. Let's check and see where it did. Oh, it's all by everyone else. You can just kind of go like this, deconstruct. That's going to be a lot of materials for yourself. People got to go out there and get it, but it's a good supply of lots of this other stuff. So you see that we got things going here. Let's continue moving on structure-wise. I'm going to try to do more building on the fly. What I'm trying to avoid right now is whatchamacallit. I think I need to put mining in a higher priority level. I guess they're doing that. Mining is going a higher priority level right now, just so I can get this mined out. And also some of this other stuff mined out. On the easy parts, on the close path. This may cause problems later on. It's annoying, but it does. And heck, since we're surviving the night, we'll go like this, and we'll just make sure we change it all to wood. Also, while I'm here, let's do chop wood and just go, hello, darling. And also, hello, turkey. It's a turkey shoot. Might as well. They're here. Okay. Now that this stuff is going away, the idea is that give ourselves another door in here. Okay. And then we can basically make the next part of things, if you will, along the lines of... I need to chop that out to kind of make that go in here. It's funny because I could have, since the way I built it, I could have just done it this way anyway, but we'll just kind of do a simple sort of... yeah, like this here, and why not? We'll have a door going to here, but then this way we can start expanding outward from our initial area, because we're going to need to get some more stuff for production working up there. Plant cutting, gotta make sure that's up high in there. See, growing is #1 priority for right here. Growing is second priority. Construction, that's kind of how it should be when you first start out. But see, everything got started here, and I just realized, is this compacted steel, or that is compacted steel? That's good. But I do need to take his mining down a smidge for that. But what we do need to do while they're sleeping is worry about setting up the very beginning sort of things, which is if this eventually this eventually we could be digging in here. We have options to make that kind of what this is, but I realized that a simple research bench, and we're gonna call, is this the fuel stove? We're gonna do electric stove, and why not? Let's do it pretty close like this. So we can do, because I want to probably separate up this room from the rest of it all. Yeah, do something along those lines. All right, so we're gonna do like so. Yeah, the way I built these doors made these things a little bit silly, and like so. But then bim bam boom, you got yourself. We're gonna have ourselves a bit of a kitchen. We're gonna have to make sure we get power to this bad boy, which shouldn't be too hard. Like might have to go through. Yeah, we'll have to go through. But where am I gonna put the wall? I think I'll probably end up putting the wall somewhere along these lines to go up to here. Okay. There we go. Build that up. And I think we're basically need defenses. Yeah, that's a good point. The pirates will start to raid soon. That's kind of the thing when it comes down to it. The first raid's always going to be one dude, or something like that. But it's a matter of we need to get some basics set up. Come on, Jen, keep shooting at that. Nice. All right. Yeah, right now it's kind of going. It's going. I think where we're lacking is plant cutting. Plant cutting is going to go up in a higher work priority. So I think, is that you, Taylor? Taylor, you need to get #1 plant cutting. And I need, after your... yeah. There we go. There we go. Because we need the wood to finish up what we got started here. See, because that needs to start building immediately. The other thing, see, we can work off your ration survival meals for a while, and such, but you really want to get some more stuff here. And the more I think about it, the more I really want to structure door, this mana jamma. Maybe around here. Yeah, let's do that. And that way, we kind of are separating some of the stuff that way, because we know the place can get filthy. Sure. Okay, the idea is the plank cutting's kind of going up here. And now, the cool thing that happens this time around is that our cook doesn't suck, so they can actually make better meals. So the idea is that fine meal, do until you have, let's say, 10 at the moment. And you always put a cooked simple meal. Visitors, nice. We'll check that in a second. And you always want to make sure you kind of have a backup on that. Just put it lower in the priority chain. Need a research project. Very good point. Stone cutting, get that started early, which is good. Visitors. Okay. Hi. This is where you have to look at this. And it's also gives you your first chance to kind of check out your faction. If these guys are like amazing, then you can try to take them down, but this guy's not bad. It's not bad. The guy's not, well, no, he's kind of crap. Because this is going to really, yeah, he bores the idea. So he's going to be very unhappy in our drug-filled colony that you've seen. Hospitality. But hospitality, you use your joy facility to sleep in guest beds and buy items in guest rooms. See, that's the sort of thing that the mod is just kind of added in. So we can real quick try to pretend that we know what we're doing. Structure. Because if they like it, they'll stick around here. So the idea is like this is where the mods come into play. I keep doing furniture. So we're gonna do a guest bed. Well, look at that. And yeah, we'll start one. We'll start a couple here. And that will make that work out. There we go. So the idea is that there's not too much going on here, but if we can kind of do some little lines. Here's some light, and we can have some. Here's some light going on here as well. Also, this needs to be Bill's. Oops, sorry, that's a butcher table. You want to do Bill's butcher creature, and you want to do forever for the most part. Yep, everyone's getting high. There we go. By the way, we as Ziyal Gaming Center appreciate individuality. Oh, whoa, wait a second. What? Visitor flag? This is new to me. Placed by visitors during their stay. Okay. They're smoking our J's! you sons of guns. But they got beds. Okay. So, and I wonder if, like, okay, as a guest, of course try to recruit. Faction goodwill is this. Oh, relationship damage when recruited. 25? Ay. They have no trust in colonists. This is where hospitality. See, this is where kind of have to go. The default is leave alone. Why don't we try to improve some faction relationships, I suppose. In fact, I'll set that as the default. Try to improve faction relationship. And let's check out our factions, shall we? See, we have 3 people on our side right now. And the idea is that we want to make sure that we don't make more enemies. So we'll try to do the whole make better relations with people while they're here. Also, the other thing I have to look at when it comes to this whole guest thing is, yeah, hospitality. I mean, they're feeling pretty decent. Oh, wow. Is that not just perfect? I think you can't really do too much more than that. Come on, Pottstown sounds like a great place to be. Pottstown it is. Right on the nose. Low food. Yep, see. Now we're going to have to worry about our supply. Plus we have to worry about, we only have so many smoke leaf joints, man. But we'll have to make sure that we kind of get this work going here. Because Cookie needs to go up. Negotiate's already up there. Looks like Nolan is starting to be our chef Boyardee. Oh, okay. Worsen the relationship. Oh. Okay. That's also interesting. I didn't realize you could do that. They're probably also not going to like us constantly. Probably shouldn't have eaten them raw, man. Whatever. Nolan worsened the relation. Nolan, what are you doing with these guys? How bad is he worsening it? I don't know. It is what it is. Okay. I'm probably gonna architect some more doors. See, we got lots of wood kind of going on here. We can make them feel more at home with this. With this potted plant. I'm doing it. I don't care if it's stupid. It is stupid, by the way. It's very stupid. The structure was making sure that there was a door here. Oops. Yeah, it's funny. I'm trying to like change the orientation of it, if you will. But that way we got this kind of going on here. The problem I'm foreseeing in when I was picking out colonists and preparing carefully is that our number 1 cook is our number 1 grower, which is okay. Growing's gonna have to go to 2 right now though, because we've got to, if he's not cooking, which bills are gonna be saying that that he's gonna be cooking, but we need to make sure he's actually researching. So since we're not dying, we're gonna go like this, and also plant work can go down to 2 since we have a fair amount of wood right here. Okay, so it's not the whole faction, it's just the one guy. Oh, they're absolutely amazed at our hospitality. They enjoyed the save. They left us turkey meat times 20. Well, isn't that nice? I like where he put it too. What a great place to put it. And they enjoyed our hospitality. And look, our relations with the Marlulo of the Hill has gone up quite a bit. So yay for hospitality, Mon, seeing it in action. Okay, so we got our starter kind of thing going up. Trebo smoking up. I guess just one of them decided to leave. So they decided to leave at different times. It's interesting if you want to, like, do this whole sort of thing. Like, right now, since he's gone, like, he's content. He likes us. Yeah, see, it just goes down too much. But the idea is, like, yeah, they're smoking our drugs. I think, no, he just wanted, no. Oh my god, he's just puff and pass, and he's gone. Alright, so we got our very first negative aspect. Yeah. Put him on the hunt. Basically, that's the best thing you can kind of do. And we'll take care of this maddened animal. But what's really funny is they're actually going to go like this. And hopefully he'll kill it. Alright, he did. That's good for him. Because if wild hair really takes you out, then you have to wonder. But okay, we got hauling and stealing. They're grabbing all the stuff. They're expanding that whole sort of thing. Stockpile zone. It just makes sense to make that bigger. And you see what we kind of got going here. We got ourselves some crops already planted. This soil is so rich that look how fast some rice already came out. So we're gonna have to worry about next episode is going to be, where's the fridge gonna be? Am I just gonna start off and make the fridge in here, potentially deal with the repercussions of things being inside of the potential bugs that it can be? Or am I going to do the safer thing and have the fridge be kind of more outside? That's kind of questions I have to figure out and answer. I don't have the answers yet, but I will. And more power is going to be needed because we have one battery. We'll need to get more of that figured out. So thank you very much for watching this first episode of modded RimWorld Alpha 15. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. And if you did, please leave a like on the first episode. It's very important to do so if you are interested in have more people to talk to in the comments and all that sort of good stuff. And, encouraging me to say, hey, play some more game. Because I need encouragement every now and then. You know what I mean? I need it. I'm a slave for attention. But hey, look, we've got food going in. Splitting time between research and cooking might end up being a problem. We have to worry about some of that stuff in the future. But anyway, thank you again. All the YouTube stuff, etc., etc., etc. And I will see you guys in the next episode of RimWorld Modded Up Alpha 15C. Last time I checked. Take care. See you then.